Alright, now that we've amassed a pretty respectable amount of souls, and now that we can actually level up, why don't we make use of that?
Brave soul, who fears not death, prithee, lull the old one back to its ancient slumber.
Alright, the Blue Eye Stone allows us to be summoned into another person's world for multiplayer, basically. It's to help other people out. It puts down a sign on the ground, and if other people activate it, if they're in body form, you get summoned to them, and they get to help you out. And the White Eye Stone is used to either return to your world if you're a Blue Phantom, or to banish Blue Phantoms if you don't want them in your game. So, those are those two. Yeah.
What is it? Dost thou seek soul power?
Alright, so of course, pick yes
So be it.
if you want to level up.
After all, thou requirest strength.
Exactly.
Go forth, touch the demon inside me. Let these ownerless souls become thine own. Soul of the mind, key to life's ether. Soul of the lost, withdrawn from its vessel.
Alright, so since souls are pretty cheap, as you level up more and more, they become more expensive, more or less. So best thing to do would be level up our magic and faith, and also focus on some vitality. So get both of those up to 10, so we can use miracles, we can use magic, all that good stuff. And then, with what we have left, let's try and upgrade our vitality. We could only upgrade it 2 more times. Vitality and strength and endurance. These 3, vitality, endurance, and strength, are some of the main ones that you'll want to focus on. Dexterity is also very nice. If you're a magic-based character, intelligence, magic, and faith are obviously the ones you want to focus on, and luck is just kind of there. As with most games, luck has pretty limited use. In this game, it does have some uses, like plague resistance, but most people I know probably wouldn't put too much into that stat. Although there are some unique weapons that level up based off of your luck stat, so keep that in mind.
As for me, I am only here to tend to the flames. I keep the candles lit and serve the brave demon slayers who are trapped here.
Really though, your best bet when leveling up, at least for my own game, the way that I played, I leveled up most everything evenly, and my character came out really well, just for sort of an all-around good situation. I still do get bested by some people when I'm doing PvP, but just keeping all of your levels balanced is a pretty good strategy throughout this game.
Art thou done? May thine strength help the world be mended.
But yeah, ooh, I believe I've neglected to put away my items, so let's do that now. Put away 2 of those, all those, and all those, and Soldier's Lotus, put away all those. Don't need any Old Spice yet. Put away all the stones, Ephemeral Eyes. Don't need that, don't need that. Most of this stuff is pretty much just, you know, cluttering up our inventory right now. I'll explain those souls, or I think I explained them earlier, but I'll explain them again whenever we make use of them, just to refresh any of you guys who forgot about it, or if you're just joining us. Anyways, put all this stuff away. Still have the light crossbow. Whatever. Let's leave it at that.
You have a heart of gold. Don't let them take it from you.
Okay. So now that we're done with all that, let us move along. Stonefang Tunnel. Let's go on ahead over there. This is World 2-1. Really, it's probably the best idea to go to World 1-2 after World 1-1. You don't want to go to each world all the way through, because they actually force you to to at least beat one world before you, aside from World 1, before you can go to World 1-3. So in that respect, you know, you can... It isn't linear. You don't have to go to any place at any particular time, although it can be suggested. Anyways, this is a soul sign. This is, if we put down a blue ice stone, that's what would appear for us. And this guy right here put his down so we can summon him up. You'll mostly see this near the beginning of the game when there are a lot of new people who are trying to make use of the multiplayer feature, and then you also will see it at higher levels, but in between it's kind of rare. Anyways, this is a crystal lizard, crystal gecko, I'm not exactly sure, but they give you a lot of rare materials, so you want to make sure that you take them out. So here's our friend. I can't see their name because the text is so small. But if you hold down X, you can actually go to a gesture menu and do things like bow, cheer, all that kind of stuff. So just greet them. It's a chivalrous thing to do. And they will greet us back. Maybe. Or maybe they won't. Anyways, I'm going to run on down here, get something. Oh, known hero's soul. Alright. Oh, now they're bowing. I didn't quite catch it, though. Doesn't matter. Anyways, this guy right over here is an old ragged man. He's the merchant of this world, and he's... We don't really need to bother with him right now. He doesn't have a lot of stuff that we need quite yet. Alright, pay attention up here, because you can get hit pretty bad like they just did. You just want to make sure that you time this right, don't get hit by those. And they actually will start to aim it at you after a certain period of time, so... We just got sticky white stuff. Yes, it sounds very silly. And no, you can't make any new jokes about that because everybody already has. Anyways, if we pull that lever, we actually activate this sort of makeshift elevator and we can go up here. He'll probably follow us on the next one. There he goes. And we want to drop off right here. Right here we have a fat minister, that's the name of this guy. He likes to shoot fire, and he has a whip that he can use as a weapon. Oh boy. He also has that flare attack that can be pretty damaging. So anyways, this guy, as you can see, he's actually using a bigger weapon. He's using it two-handed, so he's going for the all-out heavy-duty approach. He also has a better armor type than we do. We're using very... We're still using our starting stuff, basically, so... It's kind of hard to get in on very thin areas like this, so... Try and do this as we can. There we go. I do notice that we're having a little bit of lag, probably due to the multiplayer connection. This game has pretty good multiplayer connections, the netcode and all that stuff. It's not the best, but, it is pretty good. Anyways, crushing battle axe. That was actually a slightly upgraded weapon. It was +1, you could see. +1 basically just means it's more effective in battle. You know, it's kind of that old school RPG sort of thing. Upgrade a weapon enough. So now we're just sharing this elevator. Now, if you want a quick way back there, we can actually hop from one elevator to the next, from the down one to the up one, and then just go through that path. He may do that, or maybe he won't. But what I'm wanting to get down here is just that Stone of Ephemeral Eyes. So I'm gonna jump off this in just a second. I think this should be good. I'm just gonna run, pick up that, and now run back. Good stuff. Alright, so I guess this is sort of our first multiplayer experience. I figured it would be cool to go on ahead, do some multiplayer stuff. It would make the LP more interesting. Have guys do tap dances while we're going up elevators, that kind of thing. Alright, so continuing further on into this little mine system. Right now it's a lot more, it looks a lot more like a mine, but as we go further down it'll look more like natural caverns and just very, very expansive caverns, that kind of thing. So actually, what I mentioned before about the mail breaker being useful for certain enemies, turns out I actually just got rid of it, so that's not the best. So I can't really use it, but these lizard people, these guys are actually weak to piercing attacks, so I guess backstabs might go into that category, but the best thing to use against them is, say, like a dagger or a mail breaker, something like that. So I'm actually gonna de-equip light crossbow and equip our dagger and see if that works any better, or if it works at all, like the mail breaker. I think the mail breaker is preferable, but yeah, it does kind of look like we do more slashing attacks with the dagger, unfortunately. Alright, so that takes care of that guy. I think these guys are also partially affected by flame attacks. I could be wrong about that, but really they're so slow and so clumsy that you can really just smack them to death without too much problem. I wish I had brought along a mail breaker, that would have been a good idea, but... Ah! And the dogs! My least favorite enemy. These guys charge around at you, and they're just a huge pain in the butt. Anyways, we also have this guy who's wielding a huge bag of ores. If we defeat him, he's actually a one-time spawn. After we kill him the first time, he doesn't reappear. But when we kill him, he drops a lot of ore, so we can use that to our advantage to level up some stuff later on once we're done with this place. That was a shard of spider stone. That's actually used to upgrade a certain bow, a unique bow, but that is for another time. Many things in this game are for another time, far in the future, so make sure you save up all that fancy jazz. It will aid you very muchly in the future. So yeah, fat ministers. They're bad news. They can be pretty tough, but especially if you have a friend to help you out, they go down like nothing. So get some of this stuff. Even more ore. We have more ore than we could ever need. Anyways. I just hope this guy's patient, because since I'm gonna have to stop the video and title it, yeah. Unless he dies in that time. Now, what he's doing here isn't the smartest idea, mostly because, he's two-handing this weapon, but he can't really defend, so he's gonna take a lot of damage in that process. Oh, God. He went down. Kurisari, that's his name. Let's try and finish this thing off for him. There we go. Okay. So unfortunately for him, he didn't make it out of there, but we were able to escape with our life. So thank you to Kurisari for assisting on this LP. You are fun to hang around with. Anyways. Even more of these guys. Gotta be very careful in these tunnels because, just in general, it's not the best place to fight, especially with these guys. The pickaxe, even though you would think it might be, or no, I'm not exactly sure how it qualifies into the weapon category. I think it's, I don't know if it does piercing damage or if it does blunt damage, but I think it's in the blunt. It's classified into the blunt variety of weapons. So, like, it goes along with clubs and such. But at the same time, I think it does do piercing damage. Anyways, we actually got the pickaxe from this guy, so if we want to use it on our enemies, we can use it. And actually, if I check the stats of the pick that we just got in our inventory, the pickaxe, we might be able to figure that stuff out. But even to me, reading some of that stuff is a little bit confusing, so just try and take this guy out. He's got us cornered somewhat, so it's a good thing he went down pretty quickly. Alright, so we'll use some half-moon grasses since we're running low on crescent moons. We'll just stick with that. Oh, and right there we got some more crescent moon grasses. It's pretty nice. Got another pickaxe. Alright, I'll just take the chance to show off now. Since you can dual-wield weapons, this is what it would look like if you were dual-wielding pickaxes. It is not practical at all. You should not do this, but it looks pretty funny. The dual-wielding pickaxe man. Oh, yes. But yeah, you can also wield them with 2 hands. In this case, I think I mentioned earlier that you can sometimes wield heavier weapons with 2 hands and still be able to use them efficiently. Not completely efficiently, but, you know, relatively efficiently. In this case with the pickaxe, we're just strong enough to wield it with 2 hands, but if we wielded it with 1 hand, it would be more or less useless to us. So that's that. Anyways, continuing on. I believe we're gonna have another fat minister up here. So fat and jolly. Aha! And I actually saw that trap coming, so I was able to avoid falling down, having to backtrack. Although we'll return down there soon. There's some stuff to see down there. Alright, and he falls down. We'll use some half-moon grass, just keep our health up. Now we can jump off there. I'm gonna jump down here and finish him off just so that he isn't bothering me with his little fire projectiles. Or trying to get stuff done. Oh god. Using the whip. Oh, and he bled to death. That's nice. Don't have to deal with him. So we have another one of the lizard men. Oh boy. It would be great. You know what I want to see in Dark Souls? I want to see a bag, and you can just put items in the bag, and the weapon weighs more and more, but the more stuff you put in the bag, the more damage it does. That would be a great idea. Just saying, Atlas. Just saying, From Software. I don't know if Atlas is still producing Dark Souls, but From Software made the game, so I am looking very much so forward to Dark Souls, I have to say. It looks like everything that was good in Demon Souls and more. So, yeah, I'm definitely excited. I actually pre-ordered the game recently. A lot of my friends had been pre-ordering the game, my Demon Souls buddies, and so I finally caved and spent an extra $5 to pre-order it. You get the collector's edition, which is nice. But anyway, enough advertising that. Just make our way through these mines. We're actually running a little bit low on time, but we'll at least reach the first marker, first checkpoint, so to speak, before stopping the video. We're mostly done with this area. I just want to make sure that we're exploring each level to its fullest extent. If I wanted to speedrun this stuff, I could, but I want to make sure that I am getting everything all nice and shown off for you. I do this for you, you beautiful people. So we'll go get that guy later. Don't need to worry about him quite yet. So you might hear me slapping the R1 button when I do that. I don't think it makes it any more efficient when you backstab by slamming it like that, but I just kind of do that because I feel like if I give it a good push, I'm more likely to pull off a backstab, although sometimes it just doesn't work anyways. It's just sort of a habit I've gotten myself into. So whenever you hear that clack, that's me trying to go for a backstab. That's what I'm failing to do here. See? Sometimes you just fail a lot at it. There we go. Got him. Okay, so pick up some more ore. There are even more lizardmen. I really wish that I did bring a piercing weapon like the Mail Breaker, because without it, it is a little bit irritating taking all these guys out. Oh, and he fell. Alright. There you go. And before we go down to chase that other guy, we gotta pull this lever. Alright, so that opens up that gate, which opens up the way to the next area of this level. That's the end of him. We'll pick this up, which is an unknown soldier soul. Always good to have as many souls as you can muster. It'll help you out later on when you're leveling up, all that good stuff. So take him out, and I think he was the last enemy of this area. We don't have anything else to worry about just yet. That was kind of weird. I thought the pickaxe guy came back to life or something. Thankfully, no. He is quite completely dead. Sorry about the camera angles in these very tight spaces. The camera sometimes just wigs out like that. Not a lot I can do about it. I can put it in some weird angles so it won't do that, but still. Anyways, so continuing on, we have this fog gate. Next time we'll continue into the Stonefang mines, but for now I'm gonna call it quits. So, thank you for watching. I'll see you next time on Let's Play Demon's Souls. Goodbye.